And there it goes. Hello, everybody. This is kind of going to be a real laid back video today. Today's 1.1.1.157. So I'm definitely over the 5th month mark in my second year. 1 year and 5 months and a couple days, 3 days. It's October 16th. And I was trying to think of a cool name for this video, and I'm thinking it's going to be something like Fool Me, Fool You, Not Fooling Anybody. And the reason for the video is I just had I had switched over to a different psychologist because my old one had moved to a different area. And so this was the second visit. And I'll be flat out honest. Part of me is smitten over this man. He is a handsome man, etc., etc. He's a Star Wars nut. Comics. Oh, cute. Okay, get that out of the way. But anyway, so we start off the session today, and I'm not going to tell you anything it's all my information anyway. My life is an open book. I have nothing to hide. Not anymore. But anyway, so he said, I have in my notes here, I needed to ask, why are you on hormones? Why are you taking so much estrogen at such an early age? You know, thinking hormone replacement therapy, menopause, etc., etc. And I looked at him for a minute and I was like, damn, I'm going to have to tell him. And I said, well, I'm very flattered by your question. I said, but no, I'm transgender and I need the hormones, you know. And so he was like, oh, okay. And he was writing. I couldn't see his facial expression. And in my mind's eye, I'm hoping he's going, damn, I thought that was a girl. But anyway, we're still trucking on here. But he asked me about my plans for surgery. When was my surgery again? Part of me is like hoping. Foolish that I am. So that's why I say fool me, fool you, fooling nobody. Because going into this, I felt like he didn't make the connection, you know, that I was transgender. And then, so here I am kind of beaming like, you know, oh, you know, fooling you somewhat in that light, you know, that you assumed I was a cis girl or whatnot. Wait for it. And then he says, well, I kind of had a thought that you might be transgender, but I didn't want to say anything as, you know, that would be rude. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, well, thank you. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm going, I didn't fool you. I can't fool anybody. And so, my friends and neighbors and wonderful, wonderful trans folk and anyone who might be watching, someone once said, and I believe it was Holly Knight, one of the women from Trans Women National here in Louisville, said something about, you know, we really are not fooling anyone. You know, contrary to what you believe, and definitely, you know, from where I'm at in the road here, you know, I can look back at younger trans women who are, you know, half the person that I am body size, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna pass, and then they definitely do. By the same token, you look to the future, the other side of the road, further down the road, and you see older women who pass, and you're like, oh, I want to be like them, I want to be like them. And in reality, are we really fooling anyone? And that said, does it really matter? You know, who are we transitioning for? Are we transitioning for ourselves? And if we are, then it really doesn't matter, you know, because we're happy for the people that we've come. And as another, I don't know if it was Julie or Holly, but something about being your authentic self. And, you know, that I think is the coolest thing about transitioning, or why I know I transitioned, was to be my authentic self. And I was lipstick here. I wear Revlon. Not a plug for Revlon. I just like it. I think CoverGirl tastes icky. But anyway, that's beside the point. But you know, it's one of those things. As I left to go and whatnot, and I freshened up my lipstick and whatever, it was like, there was a time in my life when this little cylinder of wax, coloring, and plastic, um, was kind of forbidden fruit. It was something I couldn't have, and now got multiple multiple colors. I'm not ashamed. I'm not, you know what I mean? And that's a certain degree of freedom, especially earlier in my life when I would go over to a friend's house who was a girl or whatnot, and I would look in their medicine cabinet and I'd look at their makeup and I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that. And now it's, I have my own vanity table and whatever else. So it's interesting how that changes. And this weekend was a beer garden, and I got myself this lovely stein. And I do like to go to the German American Club when they have a beer garden, for the music and the company and for the beer. But it's one of those things. I like this one because it had people on it, I don't know if you can see, and they're kind of merrymaking and playing instruments and whatnot. And then the quote on the side, it's here and then it's here, basically says, and it's a common quote. It says, "Beer and a happy song, I think, will not make for a melancholy life," or something to that effect. That friends and beer and a happy song, you won't have a melancholy life, etc., etc. So I guess anything can be abused, but and I think that is just about it. Back to the blog here. Transition is going the way it's going. Obviously, the second year is not as traumatic and chaotic as the first year. I'm still on track. Because of the beer garden, I did gain a couple pounds because I ate lots of German food, which I love. And when my folks were here, I cooked a lot of German food. We ate, and so I had a lot of days that were high calorie, lots of fat and meat. And so I got off my diet somewhat. I gained about 6 pounds. So I'm trying to turn that around now and be back on track for surgery, and we'll go from there. So really, that's just about it. And like I said, this video, pause for a moment in your own life and ask, are you fooling anybody? Or did you fool yourself? And then does it really matter? And hopefully my hope is it will be liberating. All too often, I think when we're starting out or before we transition or before we do hormones, we're so caught up in the idea of passing and am I going to pass and whatnot. And I don't know, my hope for everyone is to get liberated from that. And you're not doing it to seek someone else's approval or whatnot. Now, again, keep in mind, I'm 45 years old. As the channel says, I'm transitioning in middle age, and I'm not 20 something. I've already been married. I've had a child. I'm not out there, looking to hook up or whatnot. Now, rewind this video about 8 minutes, and you'll see me go, "Ooh, he was cute," So yeah, sex and relationship are definitely something that I would not turn away if it happened. And to a certain degree, a lot of my surgery pursuits is sex. I want to experience colloidal sex as the woman, and I want to be chaste. I want that boy, girl, etc., etc. And I want to experience it before I die. Just so I can experience it, and if I like it, etc., etc. So I won't say that I'm not totally interested in how someone thinks about me, but at the same time, I am my own person. I have developed my own style, and for someone to, they have to like my style. That's not going to change. I'm not going to change my style for someone else. Whereas when I was in my 20s, I wanted to pass. I wanted to fit in. I would, you know what I mean? And um, definitely your body's shape, whatever it is, comes with its own pros and cons, positives and negatives. I'm not skinny. I'll never be skinny. Um, you know, so like I said, a trans woman half my girth is going to look better anyway. That said, I have a lot of cushion for the pushing. And as the hormones have done their stuff and shifted fat around, I have fat that I think makes it look like I have hips. And my breasts, I am a C cup. I can put a D on and it looks a little funky, but I'm a C cup. And I can only hope that as time goes on, that increases and increases because I want the fullness of it. I want that feeling. Otherwise, I'm going to have to look at some sort of implants or something because I want to experience that. I don't want a huge, Pamela Anderson type breast, but I definitely want some cushion for the pushing, as they were. So, and I also know how men think. Breasts. Eyes up here, eyes up here, eyes up here. All right, my friends, that is it for today. I definitely hope everyone is doing super in your journey, wherever you may be. And good luck and hang in there. Definitely gets better, much like a minute ago, I did the lipstick thing. And it's funny how some things get just in your routine. And, before it was, oh, I can't wait to get to wear lipstick, and now it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to wear lipstick or not, It becomes ho-hum. But I guess always remember that person who, I don't know if it's hard to forget, it's so much pain, fear, shame, and guilt of, oh, I can't like makeup, because that's what girls wear, and you're like, but I'm really a girl on the inside, I may not sound like a girl, but there really is a girl on the inside, and if you give me the opportunity, then I will come out, and I will be whatever I want to be, and maybe that's part of this story. Oh, got a kitty cat. All right then, well, I guess I'll drop back down. Oh, I'm full of shit. That's okay. I'll take it. All right, my friends. Till next time. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye. Good luck.